Okay, so this clip, AAT Level 2 Bookkeeping, is about capital, the nature of capital, and the entity concept and how it's all going to fit in. Very important to get an understanding of this little bit first before you go on to do the debits and credits associated with bookkeeping. So I put a little diagram up here. This is my only artistic opportunity when we come to bookkeeping. I've got here this jazzy looking character is the owner, and she has put money into the business. This, incidentally, in case you're wondering, is a business. She's put money into a business, and that would be the asset of the business. And that amount of money is owed by the business back to the owner. So two things have happened there. The asset has a business, or rather the business has an asset, and that amount is owed back to the owner, and that's called capital. So two things, asset and capital, asset and a liability. The money put into the business is the asset controlled by the business, and that business has a liability to repay the owner the amount that we call capital. Okay? So the idea is that the owner is a separate entity to the business. We produce accounts from the perspective of the business. The business accounts, if you like. So the business has an asset, the business has a liability. The asset is the money, if you like, in the bank, and the liability is the amount that is therefore owed to the owner, called capital. Legally, a sole trader is not a separate entity, because legally, if the business incurs large debts, then to make good those debts, the owner may have to sell her house, her husband, absolutely everything to repay those debts. But for accountancy purposes, we produce accounts on the basis of the business rather than the owner of the business. So when we come to do the double entry, and we'll do more of this in subsequent clips, but the double entry is enabled by the initial entity concept. So the initial entry, in terms of T accounts, there would be two T accounts. One would be called bank, the other would be called capital. We identify bank as an asset. Doesn't have to be an asset, but for now it's an asset. Money's gone in the bank. I'm going to invent a number. I'm going to put £900 on the debit side. Later clips will explain why, but essentially assets are debits. We're going to put £900 on the credit side, essentially because liabilities are credits. And that would be the first entry to start a business, where money's put into the business to start it, showing an asset and a liability from the perspective of the business. Okay, thank you.